And I remember being sad and he was like, what's wrong? Like, aren't you happy? And I was like, yeah, but Dad, when am I gonna have time to play golf? For me, I was massive into gymnastics when I was younger. This is me and my sister. And we would always be wearing these really bright blue outfits, but oh my gosh, I used to love it. And my sister was really good, so I was practicing to be really good with her so I can get into the top group where they could go on the beam and things like that, because I was always like quite young doing these things. So yeah, that was probably my first memory of like doing sport and things like that. But yeah, I'm super close with her, so it's so nice to have these memories with her. My next memory is my first golfing family holiday memory in South Africa. It was amazing. We played the fan court, we played Pazula. I'd been playing golf for 2 years and so had my sister. So it was starting to come into the family now. You know, we go on a family holiday, but we'll do a little bit of golfing and stuff. Someone came into my sister's school that was doing like a golf induction, and then my dad obviously took me along to that. But they told me I was too young and I started crying. So they let me hit balls anyway, just to basically shut me up. And then I was like one of the best in the group, so then they let me come back again, so that was good. I wanted to be the first woman to play for the country for 2 different sports. It's actually impossible. With the training and time, it's actually impossible, unfortunately, but I tried. But yeah, that's me on the Watford pitch at half-time when I was playing for Watford at the time. I stayed at Watford for 2 seasons and then I went and did 2 seasons at QPR. I stopped when I was like 13 because my golf started getting quite serious, and they put me in for the England trials actually, and I remember I came out of it and I was quite young at the time, like I was a little bit too young to go to the trials because it was the under-18s, and then they came up to my dad at the end and they were like, you know, we want her, we want to put her on this programme, basically put me on a programme for playing in England maybe in a year or 2, and they were saying how training would go to 4 times a week. And I remember being sad and he was like, what's wrong? Like, aren't you happy? And I was like, yeah, but Dad, when am I going to have time to play golf? This is 2014 at the Junior Ryder Cup. I was staying in a room with Virginia Carter. Anyway, the fire alarm went off in the middle of the night and Virginia wouldn't wake up, and I was getting really stressed because I was trying to wake her up and she would not wake up, and I was like, oh my God, we're going to burn down. So that was quite stressful from being quite young. But honestly, they are the best memories. They're the ones that you remember most when you're with other people. I mean, I'm lucky enough to have Gabs out on tour with me, and it kind of feels like we do tour life together. But the best events were like the team ones, like the Junior Ryder Cup, the Curtis Cup was incredible. Obviously being in the England squad was amazing. This is the same year actually. I remember we went to China for the Youth Olympics. I was out there for a whole month and I got injured out there and actually couldn't play in the event, which is a nightmare. But when I was out there, it was a really cool experience. I remember speaking to my mum and she was like, well, just make friends and, you know, look at the other sports, what they do and how they go about their business. And it was really cool because I got close with like the boxers and a lot of the girls that were in track and field. Like, it was really, really interesting. And I remember I came away from that week with a lot of motivation because I saw how hard they worked in the other sports, and we're lucky as golf that we have a longevity. They only have a couple of years to do this and they're putting all this hard work in for literally maybe 1 Olympics. Like, it's incredible. In that picture was Bob McIntyre. I got on really well with Bob as well, but it's nice to see that he's doing so well on tour now as well. 2019 when I won in Jabra, it was amazing having Gabs there with me, you know, being able to run on the green. I remember thinking, oh my gosh, like I'm the tour winner. Well, I remember I came home and partied very hard for a while. Like, I couldn't believe it. And then I finally, when I was sitting there with a hangover, I was like, oh my God. I've been trying to get that feeling back ever since then. I've had a few bumps in the road, but I feel like my game's in a good spot now, and all I'm doing is craving that feeling of holding that part on the last.